This is East Tennessee music scene on the rise. We are here with Central Power. I'm Scott Thomas. I'm the host. And we're going to just talk to them a little bit about where they've come from and where they're going in their musical journey. So, starting from the end there, can you let us know what your name is and what you play?
My name is Daniel, and I'm the drummer.
Andy Carter, guitar, keys, anything that we need to fill in, bass.
And Collin Carter on the vocals.
Ah, cool. So you guys, how long have you been playing together?
Us as a trio, probably a year and a half, and then me and Dad actually first started back around 2014, and just built from there, and now we're at the trio. So
that's cool. So when you first started playing music individually, what was your first instrument, Daniel?
Well, for me, I'm originally from Chile. I actually moved to the U.S. 4 or 5 years ago. And when I was over there, I think it was 14 or 15, I was actually a singer. I only started playing the drums 3 years ago. So I was a singer, playing a few bands, doing mostly covers, like some like thrash metal covers, and then playing another band with we had our own music. Played some. We're mostly a System of a Down cover band, and then I was just never had the chance to play the drums. I just couldn't afford it, and I live in a small house. So when I got here, I was able to finally get into it because I've always liked it. So that's what I've been working now on drumming, and then got to join these people last year. We work at the same place, so that's how we met too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for me, I'm the oldest member of the group. It's as you said that. Oh, you were gonna. Oh, you. Okay.
I'll give him this mic whenever.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. And this is my son here, and I started years ago back in the 80s, playing with some bands in this area, and have been in different bands with different bands over the years, and then took a break for a while. Started the family, and then my son, as he got older, got more interested in music and discovered he had a really good voice. So it was like, okay, this would be the perfect thing. It'd be easy just to start up a new group. So we started something together as he turned 15, 16, voice really developed good, and we decided to do an album together. And so we're on our third album now. The first album we did, he did the vocals for, recorded all the parts, guitars and everything in the studio there at the house. And we started playing out live together with some backing tracks. And I would play the guitar and he would sing, and we started playing quite a few gigs that first year around 2015. And as we developed, we did another album together, just me and him, and we played with a couple other members in the band, tried out some things, and it didn't really work out. We like kind of just keeping it the two of us. And then we found Daniel about a year and a half ago, and we got together, and it just clicked the very first time, and it was really great. You'd never know. He's just been playing 3 years on the drums. He's amazing. Perfect timing, does some great technical stuff. It just clicked really well, and then we were able to do our album together recently, Chronicles of Time.
Yeah, just to kind of build on that, as a singer, I just kind of would come home from school or work and just start singing the bands I like, and just kind of forming my voice. Wasn't in choir in high school or anything, and just started just practicing as hard as I could, and just getting to the point where Dad was like, yeah, I think we're ready to try an album. And so that's when we did the first one, and then it's just kind of progressed from there, and just keep practicing and building. So that's I played the trombone in middle school, but I have no other really instrumental talents, I guess, as much as just singing and using my voice.
I can't even sing, so you got one up on me. I call myself a car singer, and if you've ever met my son, like in previous interviews we've done, my son's been on, and he's said that he does not like to hear me sing at all. I don't blame him. I don't even like hearing myself sing. All right, so currently you guys are formed together as Central Power. You're a three-piece band. Do you have any aspirations of putting another person with you, or you're going to stick with the three-piece?
We had actually thought about that recently. We had a couple of inquiries from some bassists, and they were good, and it would have worked out. But the dynamics of just the three-piece, whenever we pre-record everything, the parts we did in the studio for this new album, we took and just removed the drums, the guitars, and the vocals, and then we make a click track we play to as a band. So we have those other instruments playing with us when we play live, pre-recorded through a jam man that we use that Daniel triggers. And we thought about adding the other pieces with us and other people, but the dynamic of just the trio makes it so easy to practice, and we can be more flexible. We can travel a lot easier. When you add one more to the mix, it just gets more complicated. We're not completely against it. It just would take the right person and the right situation. So we could add those later. We'd also like to, even someday, if it gets to the point, we have a keyboardist too, because we have a lot of keys that we add to our songs as well.
Yeah, keyboard would be nice.
So are there any places in the United States or even around the world that you guys would like to play? Any venues or states in general?
Yeah, I think what would be awesome, I think is a huge goal for me, would be to get onto Prog Power in Atlanta when they hold that show. A lot of the bands I love a lot of European power and progressive metal and symphonic metal. So I think that would just be the ultimate goal, would be to get there for us right now. But just we're actually trying to plan on doing a tour next year across the Southeast. So that's one of our big plans for next year.
Do you have any specific spots you want to stop at? Maybe people watching would know?
Probably Atlanta, and I really loved when we went to a concert for Camelot actually in Birmingham, and they had an awesome venue there that wasn't. It was about this size here, and it was it Iron City, I think it was. Yeah. So and that would be a great place to play also. We'd love to play there.
That's cool. I've always heard that Texas is a good place to play. I mean, even for rock and roll bands, they're not just country. Austin is a very good eclectic place for music, and even Nashville, if you guys could make it over.
To travel, so
yeah,
and stay overnight. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, we have the ability to travel and stay overnight. So even if there were venues that wanted to put us on a ticket, we're welcome. We'd be excited to go, and wouldn't be any problem. We can schedule with the three of us, and being able to travel, it makes it easy. We have a setup where we can go and stay overnight if we need to.
And as always, we'll have your information at the informational portion of the lower part of the video, so everybody will be able to get a hold of you as they wish. Hopefully we can get you more exposure out there and get you traveling around.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Would you guys ever consider going like an overseas tour?
Sure.
You were talking about liking the metal over in Europe.
Yeah. That I just the right band, I think, really would be who would want to play with. I mean, it would be like Theocracy. I don't know if you know Theocracy from Georgia. They just recently went on a tour in Europe and had really good success. Where here, the type of metal that we play may not be exactly what people look for, but in Europe it's a very big hit, that kind of stuff. So we do have fans in Belgium and fans in Russia and things like that we.
Well, there's your first two tour stops.
Yeah, right.
Go over to Europe. There you go.
So that's where our music, I think, really hits home is out of the United States and places like Japan and South America, things like that.
A lot of bands find that kind of an issue. They'll play within their state or within the country, and then they'll go overseas somewhere, like from Europe to here to Europe, and they'll find a lot more openness to their sound. And when they come back to their country, they're like, "Oh man, you guys rock."
Yeah, for me, like I said, I'm from Chile, and power metal, it's kind of a big thing there. Like a lot of bands that may not sell a lot of places here, like, I don't know, Rhapsody of Fire, Stratovarius, Angra. They go there and like 5,000 people packed. But then, like Collin said, the music that we play, it's not as popular here. So it's I think for us, like the challenge is to kind of we try to fit in. We play. I mean, I would say we're still a metal band, but it's a lot more melodic than what you hear around here. So a lot of times we play with bands that are a lot heavier. But then also we're like too heavy for like just your regular rock band. So we're kind of like in the middle where it's yeah, like we play gigs in Chattanooga, we play in Knoxville, we're playing in Oak Ridge September 1st with like Divided with Stan and War Clown, which are probably a lot heavier than us. So, but those are right now in the area, the places that we can play, and we don't have any issues with that. I mean, we just bring our heavier music catalog, all the songs that we have. So, but yeah, we're a lot more melodic than a lot of the bands here.
Do you have a new album out?
Yes, actually, just released. What was the official release date? July 27th. Yes, is when it went live on Spotify. It's the Chronicles of Time, and it covers a lot of different scenarios throughout history. Just interesting stories that we all even talked about, or things I've read, and just wrote songs around it, and kind of did a concept album of these unique events, all the way from talking about a composer from the Middle Ages up to oh goodness, the Joan of Arc and Crusades, and yeah, just all kinds of events, even up to something that happened recently with all the way on the other side of it where a priest thought he had seen UFOs, and just all kinds of neat stuff we put into this one. And this one we recorded, it took us about a year. We have a studio we have access to there at the house we built over the years in the basement, and we took our time, recorded all the parts. Daniel would come in, track his drums, and then we'd go back and do the vocals. The album turned out, we were really happy with the way it turned out. We're able to do the mixing and mastering there at the studio as well. And we call it Sea Dog Media. And it turned out really good. And we're excited that we're able to share it. It's on Spotify and iTunes, and just, yeah.
We also we're getting some physical copies of it. It should be here next week. So for those watching this, you can go to facebook.com/Central Power Music. We're going to have a link there to probably our Bandcamp page where you can buy the physical copy of the CD. In terms of sound, I think the compositions are a lot more complex. We all love like power metal and melodic stuff, and we finally have like a 6-minute power metal song. We have like a 9-minute song that it's everything that we like. We add a lot of symphonic elements. So I think for those who like that kind of music, they definitely have to check it out.
I think something I want to add to the new album is, I mean, like Daniel said, it really took us up to the next step. Bringing Daniel in, you can, 2 minds that think alike are good, but when you have 3 that think alike, you get to another place. So I think bringing in Daniel and him adding in his taste, and then saying what he liked and what he didn't like, and then all of us saying what we liked and didn't like, and we just kind of made an art piece that we couldn't have made otherwise. So I think it's something unique and something great, and I think it's going to continue for a long time. But and I think for me as well, if I go back and I listen to myself, I've really progressed a lot through the years from 2014, 2016, and then now 2018 with this album. Just building, and same with Dad. I hear his style changing, and Daniel, I'm sure I'll hear him get better and continue to change also. So I think we're on the right track. Also check out our newest music video for Father William Gill, and we have our other music videos on there also that we shoot ourselves. So check those out also.
Cool. Well, we'll have as much information as possible from you guys placed on your video when we upload it, so we can get your music out there, and hopefully you gain tons more fans.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you guys for coming in. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys. This is East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise with Central Power, and we'll see you next time.